Welcome for all in the lecture number 7 of Energy Audit. In this lecture we will talk about the agenda of site visit and assessment energy management of organization and energy management matrix, and also we'll talk about worksheet about the energy management matrix and the technical assessment of building and what to check in building. Okay. As I explained in the previous lecture, we are now in the phase number 2, which represents the site visit and reporting. And now we are in the step of conducted site editing and record the findings. Okay, as I explained before. Now, what's the agenda of site visit? The agenda of site visit consists of many steps. This is represent prior to the site visit, these actions, by preparing the agenda, which may take a time according to the size of energy editing, maybe take for several days, and according to the plant or organization size, and in this case may be needed to visit the organization in operation case and during the downtime case and even at night time case, and also checking any possible monitoring or measurement that may be needed in the specified organization, and check if availability of people with the knowledge of operational management in the facility. So this is represent the agenda of site visit that must be prepared in a prior case of site visit. Now, if we are conducting the site edit and record the findings, this include many steps. At first, walk around the areas in the facility to be edited and make our concentration about significant energy consumers or devices or equipment, and also make a review for energy bills and utility systems with the area of supervisors in the facility, and also make a discussion about the current operation and maintenance practices and equipment control system in the facility, and also discussing with the personals in the facility about the improvement categories such as capital for investment or for improvement that may be needed at the end of the energy editing, and also checking about the behavior of the personals, such as turning off equipment when these equipment are not in use or not in operation, or make this equipment to operate for minimum required set points. As we know, the different equipment have different settings. So our advice or energy editor advice to put this equipment in the minimum set points in order to reduce the energy consumption, if it is possible, of course. Also, discussion about the technical maintenance by replacing filters, checking the installations of equipment, checking the leakages or leaks remediation, and also include the control system such as optimizing the control strategies in order to achieve optimal energy performance. As example, if we have a dryer system, and this dryer system control on extract humidity may be better rather than the supply temperature. Another example for ventilation system. Controls on extract CO2 levels may be better than the supply temperature, and so on. Now we explained about the assessment of energy management system in typical organization. Energy management system will be discussed with the senior management in order to determine what we could in order to embed energy management principles in the organization and determine how the activity of current practices and what is the progress and the achievement that made till to the present day or present date. Now we have a tool which called energy management matrix that can assess and evaluate the energy management in the organization. This tool very useful to assist and identify and describe the current level of different aspects of energy management in a specified organization, and also to assist us to organize energy management strategy and provide effective method in order to establish organization profile. This matrix contains 5 rows. We will explain in the next slide, starting from 0 to 4, and also contain 6 columns for energy management issues. These issues include policy of energy, organization, motivation, and information system, and marketing and investment. We will explain now. Okay. For the organization can tick the box that represent its current situation. As I said, we have 5 levels starting from level 0 to level 4. For level 0, here the evaluation or the assessment of the organization. Here energy management is not found on organization agenda, and there is no energy policy and also no energy management structure in the facility or in the organization. Also there is no reporting system and no specific person that is responsible for energy use. While in the level 1 of energy matrix, here energy management starts to improve, but not official putting of energy policy, and maybe someone can play a simple role of energy as energy managers who promotes awarenesses for personnel in the facility, and also maybe encourage about the awarenesses about energy consumption, and sometimes provide some advices for the staff and the organization. For level 2 of energy matrix, in this level, here energy management is important for the top management by the senior management, but in this case at a practical situation there is little commitment by the Organization for Energy Management Activities. While in the level 3 of energy matrix, there is a different things. Senior managers acknowledge value of energy reduction program and energy consumption issues are integrated into organization structures, and there is a comprehensive information systems and about the system of reporting also available, and there is agreement about the program of energy management and also agreement about the investing in energy efficiency. So this level based from the previous level, and the base level represent level number 4. Here, energy consumption is a major priority for the organization, and there is actual performance is monitored. There is a monitoring system for working in the facility or organization against their targets, and there are also the benefits of energy efficiency measures or opportunities that must be calculated and sophisticated in this case. Also, there is achievement in energy management and well reported, and energy consumption is related to its impact on a wider environmental issue. So here the energy management system is the based in the base case, and the senior management is committed and have a great importance and attentions about the commitment of energy efficiency. Okay. As I said before, energy management matrix represent as a tool in order to assess the organization about the current position with respect to the energy management. And this tool represents as a quick high-level assessment in order to strengthen and avoid the weakness point across 6 areas of energy management. And this tool also provides a detailed appraisal of energy management performance across 12 key areas. We will see it an example in the next slide. And also represent a tool for scoring in the best judgment of the user and a degree subjective. Okay. Now, how we can use energy management matrix for the organization in order to establish their profile. We consider each column individually. As we said, we have 6 columns and 5 rows, and put a mark on each column, which is based to describe the current situation. As in this case, this is an example of unbalanced matrix. As we say, we have 6 columns: energy policy, organizing, motivation, information system, marketing, and investment. So we here, as according to the energy management level, we put as example for energy policy. If it is available or not, we put a mark. And in the organizing, we put also a mark. If there is no organizing, we put in the 0 level, and so on for the rest of the columns, and make a line or connection between these points. Maybe and sometimes the points location may be between the 2 lines inside the cell, or maybe on the line itself. This is depend on the current situation and what the energy editor think about the more accurate situation in order to put the related mark. Okay. Now, as I said, we are make a line to join between all these points and the columns, and with the related level, and we will give the assessment of energy management matrix that describe the current situation of or evaluation of energy management system for the organization. Okay, let us see this another example. We see the energy management for specified organization and the level number 2. This called balance energy management, and this code as we see as a straight line, but in this example we see a non-balanced energy management. Of course, for the current situation of most organizations, there is no confused about it, because most of organization has uneven energy management system, or this is usually unordinary for the organization if the care or the line that describe the energy management and this matrix tool, it was uneven, it's ordinary and not be confused for the top management or for the energy editors. Okay. Now we will explain in details in this sample of energy management matrix, energy smart companies. As we see, we are starting from level 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This column represents the energy policy, organizing, motivation, information system, promotion, and investment. For level 0, no explicit policy, no energy manager, or any formal delegation of responsibility for energy consumption, no contract with the users, no informal system, no promotion of energy efficiency, no investment, and so on. While in the level number 1, different things, and here an unwritten set of guidelines in the field of energy policy, and in the organizing column, energy management, the part-time responsibility of someone with only limited authority of influence, and so on. There is explanation for all these levels with different columns that describe the current situation of the organization. This is very important while we are making our energy editing in order to describe and assess the energy management in the specified facility. This form very important in order to use, and it's very clearly, and put the marks according what is available at reality in current situation of the facility or the factory or for the organization. Okay, this form called energy management matrix. As I said, the base situation or the base level of energy management system in the level number 4 here. We see energy policy, action plan, and regular review, and energy management, fully integrated formal and informal channels of communications, and so on. Comprehensive system, set targets and information, marketing the value of energy efficiency and positive in favor of energy saving, and so on. There is many explanation. Each of one that have interesting in the energy editing or want to know more information, this form available on the internet and can download it and read it carefully with himself. Okay. Now, according to our evaluation, with the marks in the energy matrix, here we will put the percentage value of the marks about energy policy as in the level 0, or put the value for the specified level in the field in the column of energy policy, and also for energy strategy put the value or the score or the mark, and also for organizational structures and regulatory compliance, procurement policy, investment procedures, monitoring, target settings, opportunities identification, staff management and training, operational procedure, communications, and so on. The best case for the marks, or when the marks will be more spaced practice to see the best implementation of energy management system in the facility. Okay, this is very important, and this figure will provide by the energy editors while he finishing his or her report to the top management in the organization. This is very comprehensive about the activity or the activeness of energy management system. This form gives us detailed information about how much the energy management applied in a specified organization. Okay. Now we have another issue about technical assessment of buildings. What we must do while we are doing our visiting of building in energy edit processing. Here it's important to identify the opportunities for energy efficiency improvement, and this requires testing of building and building fabrics as glazing, installations, orientation, and so on. Also testing lighting system, and testing heating and controls for boilers available, and testing heating and ventilating and air conditioning systems in the building, and testing the pump systems and the transport fleets and telecommunications, and also testing refrigeration systems, and testing the industrial processes in the organization, and also checking for wastewater treatment plant, and also testing and inspection of compressed air system, and testing if available renewable energy system resources. Okay. For the buildings, also we see that we have a technical assessment of building. Here we must make our attention about the significant amount of energy consumption that can give us or offer a large opportunity for improved energy performance such as building life cycle, building condition, and building design. Now, this picture gives a comprehensive issue about the assessment of buildings. We must check the internal climate, if it is comfortable for working, for personals that they are work inside, and also check the building envelope, oscillations, heat transfer across the envelope, and what are the equipment inside the buildings and their operation conditions, and also testing for operation and maintenance practices for workers and equipment inside, and what are the occupant behavior for dealing with different activities inside the buildings. Okay, and also checking the indoor environmental conditions. It is available, it is comfortable for person who are working inside or not. All these factors affecting the building performance in order to know the nature of energy use, and in order to take the suggestion for improving energy use in order to reduce energy consumption in optimal way. Okay, now this question, what to check in building for building itself. We must check for broken or poorly maintained windows and doors, or poorly utilized space. Okay, and poor roof lightings. Also checking for holes, leaks, for pipes, for wiring, and if there is dampness in the building fabrics. Also checking windows open during cold weather or hot weather, and also checking if adequate insulation, and also checking for thermal bridge by using the thermal camera, or hotspots that use thermal imaging camera during a cold night. And also building, checking the building equipment, heating, ventilating, air conditioning system, lighting system, information technology systems, and checking the building performance against the benchmarking. Okay, and finding the difference between the current situation and the benchmarking in order to take the actions to reduce this difference, and checking if available auxiliary electrical heaters, and if this condition is comfortable for staff inside the building. As we see, this present some tools that energy editors need to check or assess the buildings and equipment inside, and this topic will be explained in the next lectures. Now, we talk about the opportunities of improvement in the building. As I said, we must make our attention about air tightness in order to reduce heating requirement, or even cooling requirement, and also identifying overheating or overcooling for areas. Sometimes we have excess heating or excess cooling in different areas in the organization. So we must take our attention to reduce these issues, and also reducing building activity when no unoccupied for a long periods, and reducing early building activation in the morning prior to occupancy working, and maybe reducing heating system activity during unoccupied period by the occupants, and improving temperature set point protocols or assessing occupancy patterns for buildings and increasing the utilization of building by increasing the density inside the building, and also maybe by adapting ventilation rates and adopting technologies that used for ventilation in order to reduce the energy consumption, and also better utilization of building management system as I explained, and this can provide by maintenance and operating practices, and also for personnel with adequate training for deploying system. At the end of this slide, we will finish the current lecture, and I hope we will meet you in the lecture number 8. Thank you for all, and I will say good luck and goodbye for all.